So I've had my Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition now for about 4 or 5 months. I got it as a replacement for my Kindle Oasis, which seemed to be going faulty all the time. Anyway, how have I gotten on with this thing? How do I use it day to day? Well, I thought I'd take you on a day in the life of me and my Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition, and let's see how it's going. Hey there, Mark from The Spark here. Really good to have you with me as we explore my Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition and see how I've been getting on with it over the past 5 months or so. And yes, I'm going to take you on a day in the life of me and my Kindle here. But before I do that, I just want to give a big shout out to Ryan, who is, I'll be honest, a best friend of my son. So he says in the comments, and my son does chat to him quite a bit, but he felt that he wanted to support me financially, and I'm so grateful. So thank you, Ryan. For the rest of you, if by the end of this video you think that what I presented to you is of value, maybe you could think about subscribing or even do what Ryan has done and make yourself a member of this channel and become a sparkler. Enough of all that. Let's get into this. Okay, so I'm in the car about to either go to the coffee shop or the office or whatever, and I've packed the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition in my bag. This thing is so light, you're going to barely notice that it's there. Now, maybe if you're the more academic type and you like those big weighty tomes that weigh a ton, well, if you've got a Kindle version of it, it's not going to add anything to your bag. The other great thing about this particular Kindle, and most Kindles as well, is that you can buy these really nice fabric cases for them. There are all sorts of different cases, leather cases, third-party cases and stuff like that, but I've opted for the Amazon official one, this kind of grey fabric. It feels really nice, it looks really good. It's a hard shell, so it's going to protect your Kindle exceedingly well, and also it has this really handy, when you open it up, wake function, and it also locks the screen. So if you do have the LED switched on, you're not going to be wasting your battery because you're going to know this thing has switched the screen off. Okay, let's get going. So I've arrived at the coffee shop with my Kindle and I'm going to continue reading my book. And that's not a problem. If I was reading on this at home, obviously I'd be able to continue reading where I left off here. It remembers it. But even if I was reading on my Kindle Scribe or listening to on Audible or even on a Kindle app on the iPad, because of WhisperSync, a feature that all Kindles have, it will enable me to continue reading exactly where I left off. A number of years ago, Kindles used to have an issue when you come to a coffee shop like this. You'd have to log on to their local Wi-Fi network. You're going to have to go through a little portal onto the internet. And whether it was the browser or something within these devices, it just couldn't get past that point. Nowadays, that's not a problem. Once you've logged in, say, for example, here, there's a service called the Cloud. It remembers all the details on here. And then when I open up my Kindle and, it logs onto the Wi-Fi network, it remembers all that. And I can continue reading. Little tip, by the way, if you're in a coffee shop, it can be quite noisy, like it is here. Get yourself a pair of earbuds, get them in your ears, tap on that noise cancellation, and sit back and enjoy your latest book in peace. A brisk walk. And of course, you grab your Kindle with you so that as you're walking, you can read. No, you don't do that, do you? You don't read and walk, especially not your Kindle. Surely, you'd much rather be sitting down. Yeah, that's better. And now's the time to relax. Enjoy the views. But after a little while, sit down and enjoy a good book. And what's great about the Kindle, because it is an e-ink device, no matter how bright or how dull the sky may be, you'll never not be able to read the words on the digital page. So whether you're sitting next to a wonderful lake like I am here, or you're on the beach relaxing in the sunshine, you'll always be able to read your Kindle. Okay, the sun's coming out now, so before I get stuck into my book again, I'm just going to enjoy the view. Do you know what? There's two things that I really love doing in life. One is having a nice hot bath after a long day, and the second thing is reading a good book. And with the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition, you can do that to your heart's content because this thing is waterproof. So if you do accidentally drop it, just pick it up, wipe it off, and continue where you left off. Now, one thing I have noted over the last 4 or 5 months of owning this thing, because my previous one was a Kindle Oasis, it had hard buttons. So I used to use those buttons to turn the page. And obviously this doesn't have that. You have to touch the screen to turn the page. Now, when I'm not in the bath, that doesn't seem to be a problem. But maybe it's the steam or what have you while I'm in the bath. But when I tap the page, on occasion, it doesn't respond. Or it even skips 2 pages ahead. Now, it could just be my model and my run of having faulty Kindles continues. Or maybe, like I say, it is the steam in the bath. Do you read in the bath or next to the pool? Do you have this problem with your Kindle that sometimes it doesn't respond to your tap or skips 2 pages at the same time? Let me know in the comments below. While you're doing that, I'm going to continue reading. No, of course, I'm not really having a bath. That'd be weird. Okay, it's been a long day and now I'm going to settle down to go to sleep. But first, some chewing gum for the brain, sci-fi, before I settle down to sleep. Now, if you've got a partner in your room like me, you don't want, after you've turned the light off, to be brightening up the room with the screen from your Kindle. Well, that's easily sorted because with most Kindles, they have something called dark mode. You can see there, it's at the top of the screen. You tap it once and you turn it off, tap it to turn it on, and you'll see it lowers the brightness of your screen. So it's just the text that is white and not the whole screen itself. So you'll be able to read in peace while your partner settles down to sleep. Here's where I have an issue. On my Kindle Oasis, it had a section here which had hard buttons on it, and I could just turn and the screen wouldn't be covered up by my pillow. But because this has got quite thinnish bezels around the side, I mean they are still there, but they're quite thinnish bezels, it kind of digs into the pillow, and so I have to just lift it up slightly with my fingers. First world problems, I know, but that's just one of the things that it kind of niggles me that I miss from when I had my Kindle Oasis. But still, nevertheless, on the whole, I love this thing. All right, obviously I'm not going to go to sleep. Let's turn the light on in here. Alexa, turn on bedroom light. Give ourselves a bit more light while I discuss my final thoughts for having had this thing for 4 to 5 months. On the whole, I love it. I think it's great. It is lightweight. It looks really snazzy and neat in this thing. I can just chuck it in my bag. It's not going to get damaged. I like all the features that Kindle comes with, and please watch my other videos on the Kindles to discover more about those specifically. But I think the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition is a really good buy. There's that odd issue with tapping the screen. It's sometimes not responding or going 2 pages ahead. Again, that could just be the steam in the bathroom. Who knows? If you've got a problem like that, why don't you let me know? But I think it's a cracking buy, and together with wireless charging and the fact it uses USB-C, if you want to hardwire charge it, I think this makes for a really compelling buy against all the other Kindles, even the Kindle Oasis. Probably not the Kindle Scribe because that's specifically designed for note-taking as well as reading your books. But I think this is probably the best buy for most people if you can push the boat out a little bit. But even the cheaper Kindles, I think, are really great purchases. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and consider becoming a member, like I said at the beginning. And if you do want to watch maybe one of those videos that I talked about where I go more in depth into this, well, here it is. It's right here. Go tap that and I'll see you there. Bye.